Yo, this is Soul Drum 86 bringing you another video. Just a little chat today about, community creations and all of that good stuff. Some of the frustrations with community creations in terms of the limitations that we have. Man, I'm telling you, it is now look, I don't know if the this game being on all platforms, like including like last gen is what I mean. I don't know if that holds back the image limit and all that other stuff. I don't know. I'm not a developer. I don't know what goes into making this game. I think at the end of the day, I think the most frustrating thing I think about 2K, like I'm gonna always have my frustrations, man. You guys that have been following me for a long time know that I am not shy or afraid to speak my mind when it comes to 2K and its problems. Even though I'm enjoying this year's game, with its problems. I'm not afraid to talk about the things that, I've talked about in the past and I will continue to talk about. I think one of my biggest issues with this game is I cannot get my mind around the fact that it's 2024. Technology is light years above what it used to be back in the day. And there are certain things that this game, it seems like they can't do, but it's like on our side of the things, I look at it and I'm like, yes, you can do this. Like it has to be possible because if you look at other games that have been out, games that have kind of, if you just look at genres of games that have been out for a long time, minus Madden, they've given up. minus Madden, they have given up completely. But you look at these other franchises and you see where certain games that were good back then, you see them now, and there's a true evolution to a lot of them. Like, okay, like this makes sense that this not only looks this way, but you can do now X, Y, and Z. A good example of that is like Grand Theft Auto. You look at Grand Theft Auto 3, for example, right? That's like that was the Grand Theft Auto where the graphics first started getting really good. It wasn't that top view. It was the view that you see the game now. You look at Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Look at all of those old Grand Theft Auto games and then look at Grand Theft Auto 5 and then that trailer that they showed for Grand Theft Auto 6. That's a true evolution, and you see that there's so much more that they have in those games. The NPCs, you see them interact and do things that you never saw in Grand Theft Auto 3. Just all kind of stuff, man. Same thing with like Red Dead Redemption 2 and all of that. Like you see a true evolution. A lot of the times with 2K, the only evolution that we really see is graphics, right? Like there's some other fun elements to the game, don't get me wrong, but like 100 call limit is not really even the problem. 100 wrestlers, extra superstars, that is a good amount, especially when you look at how many wrestlers are already in the game. But it's that image limit. It almost feels like it should be limitless. And again, I know that there's people I've talked to people before, and they've gotten real technical about why these issues occur. It would slow the game down. It would do this. It would do that. Blah blah blah. And I do get that. I'm not trying to say that I don't understand that aspect of it, but at the same time, it's hard for me to understand. I'm somebody who always likes to know, like, from the horse's mouth. I would love to hear the developers talk about why it is only a 1,000 image limit, because some calls use up a lot of images. Sometimes even on wrestlers if they have a lot of tattoos. Because one of the things for those of I mean, I probably don't have many people subscribed to me that don't play 2K, but for the people who really don't play 2K, when you go into community creations and you look at a lot of the wrestlers that they create that aren't in the game, they take images of like all of their body pretty much, right? Minus their legs, unless they're a wrestler who's just wearing trunks. But they'll take images of like their torso, their arms. So they'll get all of the tattoo details. They'll get an image of their face, of course. So you have all of these different images that are going into one character, and And a lot of people upload image, for example, when they make different Shawn Michaels ring attires, there's images for all of the different hearts that are on Shawn Michaels pants and all of this other stuff. And, you know, those things over time take up a lot of space. When you look at created arenas, a lot of the times will use a lot of images. And so when you download it so much, you pretty much have to play a game of, okay, I'm done for now using this, so I got to delete it. That's what I think I hate the most, because I have a lot of matches that I'm going to be uploading, because I am going to buy Stellar Blade. I'm not going to play Stellar Blade on the channel, though. This channel is really kind of a wrestling action figure, wrestling video game channel. But just kind of something that I naturally kind of went into because it was what I was doing more of. But anyways, I want to play Stellar Blade, so I had to make sure I had enough stuff to upload for you guys while I'm playing that game. Uh, so yeah, that the 2K content won't stop. I got plenty of stuff to upload. But but yeah, man, I would love to hear the guys at 2K give us an example. Tell us, just be transparent. Why is it only this amount that we can upload at a time? Because I don't like deleting my created wrestlers. Just because I'm not using them at the moment doesn't mean that I'm not going to use them again. So then you have to play the whole game of, okay, who do I delete, to then now be able to download this wrestler, re-download this wrestler, or re-download this arena. And I got to get rid of all of this stuff. So you kind of always have to play a game of kind of keeping your created superstars kind of like on a rotation. And I think that that sucks. I feel like if you're downloading a wrestler, you're downloading them to eventually, to me, I would like to keep them. There's a lot of different eras of wrestling that I like. I love my 90s. I love my 80s. I love my Attitude Era. I love the Ruthless Aggression and all of that stuff, but I can only get so much, you know? So there's times where I'll have a lot of 80s wrestlers, and then I got to delete them to get a lot of the 90s wrestlers. I'll have a lot of 90s wrestlers, delete a lot of them over time to then do the Attitude Era stuff. You know what I mean? So it's a tough balance. And even if you try to stick to one era, right? If you download the arenas plus the wrestlers, you're still kind of ending up in a situation where you're running out of space, continuously running out of space. And it sucks. I really wish that they would put more legends in the game so we wouldn't have to worry about that. I don't think that that would be a big issue. Another thing that they have to stop, because I do want to go into community creations to show you guys something on why I even made this video, but I'm going to show you what I really want them to stop doing, like immediately. Like, all right, so this is what they have to stop doing. John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena. There's no need for that. Have me select John Cena here, and through selecting him here, before it gets to the confirm and add manager, then I should see all of these John Cenas to select. I don't think that that would be hard for them to do, because they do it with certain characters. They just don't do it with all of them. And it is very, very, very annoying. It really is. It's extremely annoying. And they do it with a couple other people in this game too. Oh, they do it with The Undertaker. They do it with The Undertaker. Right here. Now, I understand that this Undertaker comes down to the ring with the bike and all of that other stuff. I get it. But at the same time, let's just pick Undertaker and then have the selection for 03, 09, 14, 98, etc. That's all you have to do. There is no need. Same thing with Shawn Michaels. They do the same thing with Shawn. I understand that there are different like animations for all of these different Shawn Michaels for like when he's coming down to the ring, but I don't understand why you just can't populate it into, we're selecting Shawn Michaels, and through selecting Shawn, then we see 05, 09, 94. And then we get to pick from there which Shawn Michaels we're going to use. This is also how they get away with saying that, oh, we got X amount of wrestlers in the game. Not really. You got a bunch of duplicates. Take away those duplicates, that number is shrunk just a little bit. That number is shrunken. But yeah, I get irritated, man, because what I had to do, I mean, I pretty much had to clean house today. So when I look at all of my arenas, these are the arenas that I have left. I had to delete pretty much almost all of them that I had. Now, the reason why I have the Dynamite and the Collision, I'm not going to be using AEW wrestlers. Um, and this is what kind of started this video, because there's so much that I want to do, but I don't want to always have to delete wrestlers. So it really is a very interesting thing to have to deal with when it comes to this game, man. And just for the record, this channel is going to feature, and I think I said this before, this channel is going to feature all of the wrestling games that are coming out. Wrestling Code is going to be on this channel. And Ultra Pro Wrestling is definitely going to be on this channel. And if that game is as good as I think it's going to be, it might take over 2K. I'm just saying, because that game sounds absolutely amazing. Everything that they have planned, it's very ambitious. So we'll see. Even the Wrestling Code, it looked kind of clunky right now, but graphically it looks dope, and I'm still curious about it. Whenever that game releases, it's all this channel. As much wrestling as I can put on this channel is going to be on this channel, wrestling video game wise. Now, if anything comes out for the PC, I can't do it. But console wise, and it's something that I want to check out and play, it's going to be on this channel. But here's one of the things that kind of sparked my interest in wanting to do. And let's see. So let's go to favorites. This is really why I started, I thought of this video and I was like, man, I got to make a video about this because wow. So these, right? Nexus JWF. I saw this dude post on Reddit and this was the call that I saw. This looks dope. This looks really, really dope, man. So this video is also kind of going to be a highlight to him. He's got a whole roster. I don't even think he's done, but he's got a whole roster of wrestlers. I'll show you some of the ones that I have downloaded, but yo, dope. The dude is dope, man. And when I saw these, I was just like, wow, because I'm not going to take the time to create wrestlers. I don't have the time. I mean, you know what I mean? I could find time, but it's a patience thing with me with creating wrestlers. These people get so into it. And again, I appreciate these people so much, man. So Nexus, JWF, this dude is awesome. Check his stuff out. I'm going to go and show you guys more of what he's got to offer. So you can see the ones that I've downloaded so far. Like these characters are so unique and just kind of perfect for if you want to create that your own little universe mode. You know what I mean? Like your own little universe mode. I love this. Now, I'm not personally going to do a universe mode, but I do want to create oh, please don't. It's going to get stuck. I'm gonna back out before it crashes on me. I can't show you guys more. I knew that was gonna take a long time, and I did not want it to crash. Actually, let me upvote this because this is actually really dope. Well, I think what day was it when I saw? I think it was this past Friday. Was when I first saw these calls on Reddit, and amazing, just amazing quality. I appreciate the dude's work, man. He's dope. That's another thing, though, too. What I just experienced in community creations, it gets frustrating when it freezes up or when it kind of buffers for a long time. It just loads and loads and loads and loads and loads, and that's just from clicking on to something. It's just there's a lot of annoying issues with 2K that seem to never get fixed. You got to be able to put a handle on some of this stuff. You got to be able to put a handle on some of it, man. One of the big reasons why 2K really needs to get it together is you got a game in Ultra Pro Wrestling. Yes, they have their own made up cast of characters, but there's also going to be a ton of active wrestlers who are wrestling now in different promotions and legends of the past who are going to be in that game. I'm actually shocked they were able to get the license to a lot of those characters. But I'm happy because WWE 2K has the license to a lot of the characters. So that's interesting how they were able to even pull that off. But Ultra Pro Wrestling has all of these different legends. So you have a wrestling game coming out that you're not going to just have to use made up characters. You're going to be able to use characters who have been in the game for ever. That have been around in wrestling forever. So that's a plus. Same thing with Wrestling Code. Wrestling Code, there's no original characters. It's all a cross between wrestlers who are wrestling now and wrestlers of the past. We just saw that trailer with King Kong Bundy. Matt Cardona, I believe, is in the game. Uh, the one girl from AEW that used to be in WWE, Ty Conti. I think I said her name right. She's in the game. Like it, you have two wrestling games coming out that have wrestlers that are known in it. Because I've talked about it before. The one thing that would always hurt like other sports games that would come out, like NFL, is the reason why other football games that were better than Madden that came out but were never successful is because it wasn't they weren't able to use the real teams, and people love their NFL. So when you love your NFL and you're playing a video game based off of like professional football, you want to be able to use those teams. Like 2K8 All Pro Football or whatever, All Pro 2K, I think that's what it was called. I can't remember now. That game was great. It was the successor to 2K5, NFL 2K5. But one thing that kind of hurt it was, yes, there were legends in the game, like there were Hall of Famers, like Troy Aikman, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, etc. But it was made up teams. They didn't have the Dallas Cowboys. They didn't have Green Bay Packers or the Browns or Steelers. And like they didn't have those teams. So it kind of hurt that game because when people play a game, they typically want to use actual wrestlers. So when you got two wrestling games coming out that are going to be using a lot of people that are wrestling today, it may not be the roster of AEW. It may not be the roster of WWE. That's all. I get it. But if these wrestling games handle things a little bit different and better than 2K, 2K's really got to get it together. They really got to get it together, man. Now I know that's why they made the steps that they made to make this one as good as it is, with the different things that they've added. But they're gonna have to do more, especially with stuff like universe mode, man. They're gonna have there's gonna come a time where they're really gonna have to fix universe mode. Universe mode that's why there hasn't been any more universe mode videos on this channel. I tried it. And I'm not the only one feeling this, man. Right now on Reddit, almost every post that I see, people are frustrated with how universe mode is. It's buggy still, even with patches, it's still buggy. If you use a Monday Night Raw arena that's the updated one from Community Creations, you can't change it to Samantha Irving. You can on exhibition mode if you're just doing play now, but you can't do it anywhere else. Now, real quick, I didn't do this before I started recording. I have to turn this stuff down because I don't want them to talk over. I don't want to have to like yell over everything. But I do want to show you guys some of these creations. Go to collision. All right. But yeah, they're just look, man, still enjoying the game. It's fun as hell doing these matches and editing these matches down. But it it just really gets tiring to always have to delete and then re-download stuff. Or if you have a bunch of one era, you have to change it and just all of this nonsense, man. And it's just like, gosh, I just wish that we had a little more freedom to be able to have way more. And I do wish that they would kind of like try to stick as many wrestlers that they can in this game that are legends, so we don't have to worry about at least downloading so much of them. Like, I completely agree with, if there's wrestlers in AEW that you can't put in the game, I understand that. But legends wise, if there's no bad blood with WWE and that said legend, try to get everybody, man. Tatanka's still not back in this game, which I don't understand. Maybe his contract isn't a thing. Like, maybe his contract was up after 2K19. We still don't have Earthquake or Typhoon. They haven't been in the game since 2K18. I think that was the only 2K that they've ever been in. We don't have the Bushwhackers. We haven't had what Junkyard Dog in a game since SmackDown versus Raw '06. So, I mean, look, as many wrestlers as they can put in the game, put them in. By all means, just put them in. Like, Mr. Perfect is back, but Mr. Perfect's last game, I think, was 2K19. Like, why hasn't Mr. Perfect been in? He's passed away a long time ago. So I don't know, like, have they always had the rights to him like the way that they have to Hogan and Macho Man and Jake the Snake? I don't know what kind of contract those guys have, but they have them. And it's like I'm going to be pissed if it was a situation where they were just leaving Mr. Perfect out of the game. I'm like, why? Why are you leaving Mr. Perfect out of the game? I get why Rick Martel's not in the game. I get why King Kong Bundy is not in the game ever. you know. But for a lot of these guys, I feel like, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys like what these creations look like. Oh, look at the lighting in this arena. It's pretty cool. It's like dark. This is my first time using this collision arena, to be honest. That's actually pretty cool. That's dope. Okay. All right. Now this makes me want to look at that Dynamite arena again just to see the difference in the lighting. All right. I think I do have some other. Okay, here's another one of his. I have to go back and still download more, I think. Yeah, I think I only have the 3. So we'll take a look at the other ring attire from Chad. Sumo Joe. Makes me think of Samoa Joe. But yeah, and then titles, right? Like if you want to download like more titles, you will run out of space for that. Because I want to download the new tag team titles that they have now in wrestling. SmackDown's titles are awesome, by the way. But yeah, you want to be able to download these things, and then you can't because it's like, geez, like you run out of space. You want to download new ring attires for wrestlers currently, right? And then you run out of space. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. I can settle for 100 characters. What I can't settle for is the image limit to where I can't even get to 100 characters. They need to have it to where like, look, we can download as many arenas as we want, and we can download as many wrestlers up to 100 that we want. Simple as that. So this is going to be the other attire for Chad. I just love the thought that was put behind this. I do. To make these wrestlers, right? And then to give them alternate looks as well. I want to say all of Nexus characters that he's created so far have an alternate look too. And then some characters, it looks like he made a heel version and a babyface version, if I'm not mistaken, because certain characters, like their first attire will be kind of like a brighter color, and then their second attire will be like a darker color, whether it's like blacks or just darker colors, they'll look a little different. It's like he went into that much detail to where if you want to have a universe mode and you change one of these characters, turn them heel or babyface, he has the attires set for that because they don't look like just regular alternate attires. So were these updated? I feel like these were updated. The lighting is different on this. I've played with this arena before and it was brighter. So I think that these were updated. They had to have been. But these characters look cool. Made up characters, but I mean these characters really look cool. I really dig it. Awesome stuff, man. So look, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I'm not gonna keep you too long. I just wanted to talk about that. That's just one of my frustrations right now is the limitations that we continue to have with community creations. We continue to have them. They haven't been addressed. So there's that. So look, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. I will be uploading matches over time because like I said, on the 26th I will be playing Stellar Blade and give myself, I mean, I've been able to kind of have a break from this game. So just give myself a little break from 2K. And yeah, so stay tuned. There will continue to be more videos uploaded throughout this time. And yeah, once I beat Stellar Blade, then I'll be right back on 2K. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate you. And until next time, this is Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.